Hey, what is going on, guys? Huntayama here, and I'm going to bring you guys a quick video talking about what you should spend your starting plat on. And here I am rocking this sick Excalibur Opal skin. This is a part of the Esteem pack for the Switch. This skin is in complete exclusive to Switch, so I highly recommend getting it. It's only like 10 bucks. You get the skin, 170 plat, and you get a pretty cool weapon and skin for it. Anyways, that being said, guys, I want to go back to the video and get to the point here. So, what I want to talk about with you guys today is what to spend your starting plat on. At the start of the game, for every new Warframe account, you are going to be given 50 plat. All right, and I'm not gonna lie to you. In the grand scheme of things, that is not a lot of plat. If you watched my previous video where I was talking about modding, you probably are interested or thinking to yourself, maybe I should buy an Oregon Catalyst. Maybe I should get this. Maybe I should get some Forma. Da 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 da. All these things that you can buy out of the market for plat, right? Platinum, just so you guys are aware, for anyone who isn't aware or you're sleeping under a rock, platinum is the premium currency here in Warframe. When you want to get platinum, it will open the Nintendo eShop or the Steam page or whatever it is that you're playing on in order to ask you for your card or bank information in order for you to basically buy this currency, right? It is highlighted right up here. This is what plat is. And then this little stuff here are your actual credits in game. This is the in-game currency. This is the premium currency. I do not have a lot of it right now because I spent a bunch of it on things that I needed. We're not going to talk about that though. So, for the record, really quickly, before I go into what you spend your starting plat on, please understand that platinum is not mandatory in this game whatsoever, or at least not in the aspect that you think. You do not have to spend physical currency to get platinum in Warframe. It is not a thing. This is a game is completely free to play. You don't need to do it. People typically spend money on this game because they want to support the developers or they just want to make things that much quicker. But always note that you can play this game and get everything in it 100% free, including platinum. Now, really quickly before I go into that, let me just let you guys know, if you want to get platinum for free, the best way to do it is through something called the trade chat. So as you'll see here, you're going to see a bunch of people saying willing to sell or want to sell and want to buy, and you'll see like linked items like Warframes, Riven mods, regular mods in game, etc, etc, etc. Basically, if you have any of these items or if you go and farm them, you can sell them here in the trade chat for platinum, and that way you yourself can make a lot of plat. I have seen people make plenty of plat through this process and they have never spent a dime on platinum themselves. So that's just something for you guys to keep in mind. That is actually one of the easiest ways for you to just go ahead and make yourself some plat if you do not want to spend physical currency. Now, with that being said, let's go into what you should spend your starting plat on. Like I said at the beginning of this game, when you start your account and you get over here into your ship for the very first time, you will probably notice that you have something called 50 platinum. It's a nice little starter bundle that they give you, but understand your 50 platinum is rather precious. If you want me to tell you the truth on what you should spend it on, I'm going to show you right now. We're going to we're going to go straight to the market. I'm going to show you guys to make it even easier. So come over here to the market. Now, understand that when you level up in this game, you're going to want to do something called grinding with weapons, right? You want to get MR. MR is the big thing in this game, which is your mastery rank. How do you unlock your mastery rank? Well, as you level weapons and warframes in the game, you are going to gain experience for essentially mastering them, meaning you got them to their max rank of rank 30. When you do that, you will gain mastery XP. I believe for warframes, it is 6,000, and for all weapons, it is 3,000 per weapon. Now, once you do that, you have the option to form the weapons or the warframes, but understand forming them will not allow you to gain any more mastery experience. Once you have mastered it, it is mastered and it will be locked that way forever. Now, like I said, you get 50 platinum, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't spend it on anything crazy like a warframe or like try to get a weapon or try to get something out of trade chat or like catalyst, blueprints, any of that stuff. No, don't do that. Bad idea. Absolutely bad idea, because that plat is rather precious, and you're going to realize that 50 plat is not a lot. And the thing in this game that you're going to need to understand is that you need something called slots. You're going to want weapon slots and warframe slots. I believe at the start of the game you were able to hold 3 warframes and I think 4 weapons, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. In fact, don't quote me on it whatsoever. You might not have any weapon slots past the initial weapons that you pick up in the game, as well as the initial warframe that you start with. if I remember correctly, you have access to it, but I don't entirely know. Anyways, with that being said, you're gonna want to buy weapon slots, right? So with 50 platinum, my best recommendation to you is to buy a single Warframe slot and then spend the rest of your plat on as many weapon slots as you can get. Reason being is because at the start of the game, you can actually buy a couple of these weapons using credits, meaning you don't have to go out of your way to farm them or anything of that nature. I'm going to just go ahead and type this in, MK1. They are called the Mark 1 weapons. So you can buy the Mark 1 Bratton, the Mark 1 Paris, or the Mark 1 Strun. All right. At the start of the game, you'll have access to these two. You'll have access to pick one of them to be your starting weapon. Personally, I like bows, so I went with the bow, but you can indeed pick up... Actually, I picked the Bratton on my starting account, but I'm a fan of bows. I became a fan of them pretty much later on. I bought this, and I loved it. So you have the choice. You can have the Bratton, which is going to be your pretty much standard assault rifle, or a bow, which kind of gives you a bit more of a stealthier approach, and it's pretty good, high impact stuff. That's going to be it for that. I believe in secondaries, you have a couple. Yeah, you have the Mark 1 Kunai, the Mark 1 Furus, and I believe you can buy one other weapon called the Leto, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and look it up for you guys real quick. Yes, you can buy both the Leto and the dual-wielded version of the Leto for credits. This is something that is going to be very useful to you because these are basically free MR. I believe if you buy all these weapons, you can, and max them all out to level 30, you can get to roughly MR4. Roughly, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly MR5. I'm not entirely certain myself. But, trial and error, you'll try it and you will see. And then for melee weapons, the melee weapons that you are able to buy are going to be the Mark 1 Furax and the MK1 bow. The MK1 bow is a choice that you get in the starting mission of the game, but I am going to recommend that you pick up something called the Skana. Reason why I'm going to recommend the Skana is just because, one, it's a pretty cool sword. It's probably the hardest thing to get, given the fact that you cannot buy this with credits. You have to forge it. And the resources are going to kind of be scattered out a little bit, so it takes you a little bit more time to get it. And you're going to want to use this later on to make some other weapons, like the dual Skana, which will then lead to a bunch of other really good weapons that you will need to make in this game. So, just for all intents and purposes, like I said, I would recommend out of the melee weapons at the starting mission, pick up the Skana. It's probably, like I said, like Volt is for the Warframes, the Skana is probably the harder one out of all the weapons available to you to get, given the fact that the rest of them you can essentially buy with credits. So that's just something to keep in mind. And yeah, so like I said before, what you're going to do ideally is with your 50 plat, you're going to come up here to the market. We're going to go ahead and we're going to type in Warframe slot, and boom, you're going to want to buy this. This is going to cost you 20 plat, which will leave you with 30, which should allow you to buy 2 more weapon slots. All right, this is something that you're going to want big time. Now, you're only going to get one Warframe slot, but that's fine. As you'll see in a previous video, I will actually show you the Warframe that you're going to be using this slot on. His name is Rhino. He's a pretty good Warframe, and it's a pretty simple farm. After you do that, you're going to go ahead and just immediately go to weapon slots. Now, the beauty of weapon slots, don't go to Arcwing weapon slots, go to regular weapon slots. The beauty of weapon slots are they come in sets of 2. So for your 12 platinum, you will get 2 weapon slots. So for the 24 you're going to spend, you will get 4 weapon slots. So you get 4 weapon slots and a Warframe slot. That should be enough to carry you pretty far through the bulk of the star chart. And remember, if you ever need room for another slot, you can either spend more platinum and get more slots, or you can just sell the weapon once you finish mastering it and go ahead and pick up a new weapon. But yeah, guys, that was just a really quick thing I wanted to kind of cover, because when I started this game, I didn't really know what to spend my plat on. In fact, I think when I started this game, I also got a coupon from my daily login, and I used my plat to buy a color palette. I actually bought the starting color palette, actually, if I'm not mistaken. where is it? Yeah, I bought the classic color palette because when you start the game, you will only have access to this middle row of this color palette. It'll only be this middle row you have access to. And for like 75 plat, you can go ahead and unlock the whole entire thing. I think what happened was on my daily login, I had a coupon active that I didn't know about, or at least I wasn't paying attention to, and I ended up buying this, and that was a thing. So yeah, don't be like me. Definitely don't do that, because I later on had to go ahead and get weapon slots and Warframe slots and all that other stuff. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the point of this video. I just want to make sure that new players kind of knew what to spend their platinum on, as well as make sure you guys understand that platinum is completely earnable in the game. It's free, even as a premium currency. But yeah, guys, that's literally going to do it for this video. In the next one, I'm actually going to do a video about modding melee, because in my modding video, I didn't really talk about melee too heavily, and it's modded a little bit differently from your primaries and your secondaries. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. As always, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment down below and have fun, random conversations with me about anime, video games, and all of that good stuff. And as always, if you have questions, you can also contact me there or on my social media at Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, etc. at Huntayame. And I love you guys. You guys are awesome people. Thank you for coming through. Take it easy.